Hello again, everyone. Varel here, Flow Roofing out of Portland. Welcome back to our frequently asked question mini-series here. Sexiest question. It's one of the top sexiest questions. How do I know if my gutters are failing? I know, riveting. Your gutters could be failing for a number of reasons, and it may not be as obvious as you think. They're not failing just because they're overflowing. It's you being lazy about maintenance. They're not failing because your gutter guard is not working. You got a bad gutter guard. They're not failing because they're falling off the side of the building. That's probably going to be relating to the fastener or rotten fascia board or rotten tails, which is a maintenance issue. Could be relating to ice dams over the decades. Well, they could be failing because there's bad material. Steel is a ferrous metal that is oxidizes because of the iron, which means it rusts. So what you need to consider is a system that's going to last. And we've seen aluminum systems well over 30 plus years be a little dirty, but still functionally flowing. When they're installed correctly in the beginning and they're sloped out correctly, that system is going to flow. Barring the standard is you're going to maintain these systems as well as you would your car. And I know maintenance is not sexy, but it's something that I hammer here because you take care of things and they'll take care of you. You want your Toyota Sienna and make your family happy and go on vacations without any problems. You probably want to get 250,000 miles out of that bad boy. You're probably going to do your maintenance on cycle at the right time, on time. And same thing with your roof, same thing with your gutters. If you want good things to last, you get yourself a qualified installer to install a system custom to your home, and don't go with any seamed system unless you're considering a custom material. In that case, generally those styles don't necessarily come seamless, and seamless means you're still going to have corners, right, on your inside-outside miters. Just means that in the runs, they're not going to have pieces that connect them in between the corners on perhaps like a full hip system. So the best gutter systems are built custom to your building. We always go a 1/4 inch over the eaves just to make sure we're catching any drips. And then your downspouts can be reorganized if you so choose. It's a conversation to have with your inspector. It's going to be something that you have the option for if you don't have ground spouts. And if you do have ground spouts, unfortunately, it's something that we're going to need to tie into. You will be responsible for making sure that those are clean and flowing. So if you need a rotor service or something, sometimes we'll find in northeast, southeast, old pipes are impacted by roots or something and they're not actually functional. And so you want to make sure that you're on top of that. And you would know, hopefully not in the way that we've seen before where people have like flooded basements or something because they move into a house and someone didn't scope the ground spouts, and then all of a sudden they have the first rain in the fall and they got new gutters, but their roots are completely shattered the pipes down below. So I believe that plants and trees can hear water. And I know that there's some great hydrodynamics behind water and gases moving from states of like a high to low energy state. So if you have a root that's expanding and the cells are dividing inside that root, the expansion of the cell walls creates a negative pressure that would draw in moisture around the root that brings the water into the root, right? That thus fills the cycle. But that only happens because I believe, and I could be completely wrong, that the leaves of any of these given trees or plants are evaporating at a rate that allows that water to be pulled up the structure of the plant through evaporation. This is at least how I know trees drink. And so the sound of water attracts, especially in a pipe of any sort of plastic, the roots attack it because they can sense that, right? I don't know, it could be a bunch of hippy-dippy show shit, but I understand that we still have a lot to learn about the relationship with our biosphere. And I think that plants, fungi are absolutely sentient and have a lot more wisdom in the relationship with their environment than we do, where we've been numbed in our evolution by societal elimination of the things that we consider to be conveniences or progress or technology. So it's like we might as well just turn into like moles and just eliminate all the senses. That's the direction things are going to be headed here soon. Who knows? I mean, the world's getting a little funky, so we may have to end up underground. I don't know. That being said, take care of your gutters. Make sure that you're maintaining these bad boys. And in a separate question, we'll cover an even more riveting question, which is how to maintain your gutters. Oh, I know, PhD level stuff here. But we'll dive in. Catch you on the next one.